Welcome to you, Mother Truckers. Get ready for a pit stop into a couple of flash fiction stories that really twist things around and explore the thrill of the totally unexpected.
Yeah,
You sent these our way, wanting to know what makes them so gripping, and, well, that's exactly what we're going to unpack.
absolutely. It's always interesting to see which narratives capture, your imagination, and these two definitely offer some fascinating angles to consider.
First up, Glitch Better Have My Money. Picture this. You wake up and suddenly there's 10 million credits in your account, just there.
Ooh,
What goes through your head? What would you do? This flash fiction story plunges us straight into Ethan's spur-of-the-moment spending and the ripple effects that follow. Okay, let's unpack this. That moment when that impossible number flashes on your screen. What's that initial feeling?
it's a fascinating moment of disruption, isn't it? An
Mhm.
immediate clash between, disbelief and a sudden opening up of possibility.
Yeah.
The story beautifully portrays that initial rush as Ethan starts clicking, indulging in desires that were previously just, yeah, well, out of reach.
Hmm.
It makes you wonder about your own immediate reactions in such a scenario.
Exactly. He's grabbing hover kicks, an AI art generator for his friend. Imagine the creative possibilities there.
Right.
Even giving his mom's food replicator caviar settings. It's all
I
about
know.
those little luxuries, you know?
Yeah.
Those things that add a bit of color to a life usually filled with ration packs and hand-me-down tech.
Mhm.
What do you think drives that desire to splurge on those specific kinds of items?
Well, it taps into something really fundamental about human nature, the desire for more than mere sustenance. These purchases aren't about necessity. They represent a yearning for joy, for a touch of luxury, for the kind of things that signify a different, more vibrant existence.
Mhm.
The AI art generator, for instance, isn't just a tool. It's a status symbol, maybe, a gateway to creative expression. And those caviar settings, pure, delightful indulgence. It prompts the question, what are the small joys you'd pursue if limitations suddenly vanished?
Here's where it gets really interesting. That underlying hum of anxiety that runs alongside the excitement. He knows deep down it's a glitch, that it could all disappear in an instant.
Yeah, that tension.
Yet he keeps going. It's almost like he's trying to compress a lifetime of wanting into a single day, knowing it's borrowed time. Has that feeling of a fleeting opportunity ever driven you to act impulsively?
Oh, that's a very insightful point. There's definitely a sense of urgency, a feeling that this is a unique, unrepeatable chance to experience a different reality, even if it's only temporary.
Right.
His spending isn't just about acquiring possessions. It's a statement, a brief rebellion against the constraints of his everyday life. What small acts of rebellion might you be tempted by in a similar situation?
And then his mom finds out. The delivery bot shows up with this mountain of stuff. Her initial reaction isn't anger, it's almost a glimmer of hope.
That's a powerful moment, isn't it?
It really is.
It shows how this unexpected windfall affects not just Ethan, but the people around him, even though it's all based on a mistake.
What did that moment evoke for you?
It really highlights the shared hopes and struggles within their community. Her hopeful reaction, though perhaps unrealistic, underscores the difficult circumstances they likely face, where such a sudden influx of resources would genuinely feel like a miraculous escape. It makes you think about the impact even a small change in fortune can have on those around you.
And then comes the peach. Just one. A single, real peach. Not the usual synthetic stuff.
Ah, yes.
He takes a bite, and it's described as a taste of rebellion. That detail really resonated with me. Why the peach? What makes that small sensory experience so significant?
The peach becomes a potent symbol of the tangible world, of something authentic and perhaps even rare in their manufactured environment.
Hmm.
It's a sensory experience. The taste, the texture, the smell, a stark contrast to the virtual commodities he's been accumulating.
Right, totally different.
It's a moment of genuine, unmediated pleasure, a small act of defiance against their usual, perhaps bland existence.
Yeah.
It begs the question, what simple sensory pleasures do you find most grounding and real?
And that's when Mrs. Tanaka, the legendary hacker, steps in. Her question is so crucial. What do you leave behind?
Hmm.
Because all the credits, all the virtual stuff, that can be wiped away with a keystroke, but what about the other stuff?
Exactly. She's pointing to the intangible aspects of this experience. The material possessions will vanish, but the memories, the emotions, the shifts in perspective, those are much harder to erase.
Yeah.
It forces Ethan and us to consider what truly has lasting value. What experiences in your own life have left a lasting impact, regardless of their material worth.
So even though the system writes itself and everything is wiped clean, what truly remains for Ethan? What's the lasting impact of this brief moment of impossible wealth?
Well, the memory of that feeling of agency, that defiant joy he experienced, the taste of that real peach, these are the things that linger.
Yeah.
The glitch offered him a glimpse of an alternative, and that experience, however short-lived, can be transformative. It raises a really important question for you. Beyond the things you own, what truly defines your sense of value and satisfaction?
That's a powerful set of insights from Glitch Better Have My Money. Now let's pivot to Wild Worlds. Sarah, a brilliant mind at a particle collider accidentally shatters reality.
Okay, big shift.
What unfolds is a whirlwind tour of bizarre and unpredictable parallel universes. Unintended consequences on a truly cosmic scale, wouldn't you say? Have you ever experienced a small action leading to surprisingly large and unexpected results?
Absolutely. I mean, maybe not shattering reality level, but yeah, it's the classic butterfly effect, amplified to an almost unimaginable degree.
Right.
A small, unforeseen fluctuation in her experiment triggers a fundamental restructuring of existence. It makes you think about the delicate balance of everything and how easily things can shift.
We get these incredible snapshots of the altered realities, gravity going haywire, winning the lottery, but the grand prize is a lifetime supply of sardines.
The sardines, yes.
It's like the fundamental rules of probability have just gone out the window. There's almost a dark humor to the sheer absurdity of it all. What did those bizarre scenarios evoke for you?
The humor, I think, serves a crucial purpose. It underscores the utter chaos that has been unleashed, but in a way that's engaging rather than purely terrifying.
Yeah, less dread, more
Okay.
weird.
Exactly. The sardines, for example, highlight the meaninglessness of conventional rewards when the very fabric of reality is unraveling. It prompts us to consider, what would our concepts of value and success become in a fundamentally different reality?
And her advisor's reaction, engaging in an existential debate with a potted cactus.
Oh, that was great.
That perfectly captures that feeling of utter helplessness when confronted with something so profoundly strange that logic itself seems to break down. Have you ever felt that sense of bewilderment when facing an utterly unexpected situation?
It does capture it well. It's a moment of levity that also emphasizes the profound disorientation and the questioning of basic assumptions that Sarah and everyone around her must be experiencing.
Right.
What's the point of rational thought when reality itself has become irrational? It's a powerful illustration of how our understanding of the world can be completely upended.
But amidst this complete chaos, Sarah, the brilliant scientist, starts to notice a pattern. These flickers, these bizarre variations, aren't entirely random.
The scientist kicks in.
They're like tears in the fabric of reality that she might be able to navigate. That feels like a real turning point in the flash fiction story, doesn't it? What struck you about that shift in her approach?
Precisely. Despite the overwhelming nature of the situation, her scientific training kicks in. She transitions from being a victim of the chaos to actively trying to understand its underlying mechanisms.
Yeah.
What's fascinating here is her inherent drive to find order, even within utter disorder. It speaks to the human need to make sense of the world around us, even when that world has become completely unpredictable.
So she reconfigures the device not to simply fix it in the traditional sense of restoring the original reality, but to travel through these breaches.
Which is a bold move.
And what she encounters are these incredibly diverse and strange worlds. A world without sound, a world where history is constantly in flux, a world where she's an artist creating with starlight. It's a wild and imaginative journey, not just for her, but for us as listeners. Which of those altered realities sparked your imagination the most?
Oh, tough choice. Each of those worlds acts as a thought experiment, exploring different fundamental aspects of existence. The world without sound forces us to consider the nature of communication beyond auditory signals. The malleable history raises profound questions about causality and consequence. And the artist's world explores Sarah's potential and identity in a completely different context. They each prompt us to consider the aspects of our own reality that we often take for granted.
But it's not all wonder and amazement. There's a cost involved. Each shift feels like a splintering, a constant reminder that things are fundamentally wrong.
Yeah, there's that undercurrent.
Yet there's also this exhilarating sense of limitless possibility. Is she being punished for her mistake, or is this some strange, chaotic form of enlightenment? That's a powerful tension at the heart of this flash fiction story. What did you make of that ambiguity?
It really challenges our conventional ideas of order and chaos, doesn't it? Is the stable reality we know the only correct one? Or can something valuable, even transformative, emerge from the unexpected and the chaotic?
Hmm.
This raises an important question for you. How do you view the balance between stability and change in your own life? And have there been times when embracing the unexpected, even the unsettling, have led to new insights or growth?
Even when she manages to return to her original lab, things aren't truly fixed, but Sarah herself has been profoundly changed by her experiences. She has a newfound disregard for the seemingly immutable laws of physics and this giddy grin.
Yeah, that grin says a lot.
It's like she's no longer afraid of the unknown. She's almost excited by it. What do you think has shifted in her perspective?
Her journey has undeniably broadened her understanding of what's possible. She's glimpsed beyond the confines of her initial scientific framework
Yeah.
and is now embracing the potential for discovery that lies within the unpredictable.
Right.
The accident wasn't just a catastrophe, it became an unexpected opportunity for profound learning and a fundamental shift in her perspective. It makes you wonder about the potential for unexpected events in your own life to lead to similar shifts in understanding.
So, what are the key takeaways from these two incredible flash fiction stories? In Glitch Better Have My Money, Ethan's brief experience with extreme wealth throws a spotlight on our desires that go far beyond basic survival. That deep human longing for joy, for beauty, for a sense of agency in a world that often feels restrictive. And even though those millions vanish, the memory of that real peach and that feeling of defiance, those remain. It really makes you think, what are those non-material things that truly define our lives and those moments when we feel like we're breaking free?
And with Sarah in Wild Worlds, we witness the chaotic beauty that can arise from what seems like a fundamental mistake. Her journey through shattered realities wasn't just about trying to repair what was broken, but about uncovering new possibilities and a completely different way of looking at order itself.
Yeah, a new perspective.
It poses a compelling question for you. Could embracing the unexpected, even the seemingly chaotic events in your own life, sometimes lead to unforeseen growth and a richer understanding of the world around you?
These flash fiction stories, though short and punchy, really pack a powerful punch of food for thought. They tap into our deepest fantasies, our hidden fears, and that innate human curiosity about what lies just beyond the edge of the ordinary.
Definitely.
We really hope this pit stop has given you a fresh way of looking at these tales and maybe even sparked some new questions in your own mind.
Yeah, hope so.
Rate and follow you, Mother Truckers, for more mind-bending mysteries from the world of flash fiction. We'll be back next time with more wild and wonderful stories for your consideration.